Chrissy, here's a text, and the texter says, I'm thinking about adding my son's name to the deed to my home. Is that a good idea? Well, we'll answer that for you, okay? And the answer is no, it's not a good idea. Once you do that, is written in stone, you have lost control over your piece of property. And number two, if you pass away, it may or may not avoid probate, and you may lose your homestead exemption on it as well. So there's some very good reasons not to do it, especially since we have a great tool for avoiding probate on our home. I'm assuming that's what the texter was asking about, is how to avoid probate on my home. For that, we have a great tool here in the state of Florida called a ladybird deed. It's a deed that we would prepare. It states that as long as mom is alive, it is her home to do with as she pleases. But upon mom's death, the home will automatically go to her child or children. No headaches, no hassles, no probate. It's called a ladybird deed, and we have a free booklet on that as well, how to avoid probate on your home. And it talks about the ladybird deed. And Chrissy, we've been doing a ladybird deed for years. Time. Sometimes I go back in the history of recorded deeds, and I look how many years I've been doing ladybird deeds.
A long time.
But what's really surprising about it is how many people now have learned that term, and they come to us and say, Tom, we need to do a ladybird deed.
I know.
Back in the day, nobody knew about it. These days, more and more people know about the ladybird deed as a tool to avoid probate on real estate.
For us, that's very exciting because it means that more and more people are being educated. Of course, we know we are educating, which is why we are first and foremost trying to educate people through the radio show just like this. But it is wonderful because we want others to be educating. We want people to be aware. And that's why, Tom, you're right. It is great to me when all of us now have clients coming in and they are asking us about it versus us telling them.
Exactly. And just so the listeners fully understand, this ladybird deed is a tool to avoid probate on real estate and maintain complete control over your piece of property. Because if we do one for you today, it's 6 months from now, you can change your mind as to who gets it or sell it or refinance it without the knowledge, signature, or consent of the kids. And just so you know, we can use this for your home. We can use this for your beach condo. We can use this for your rental property. We can use this on a vacant lot, a commercial property. And we can use the ladybird deed even if there's a mortgage on your home. So it's available to any piece of property here in the state of Florida. And we can love to assist it. Now, Chrissy, there's some listeners out there who say, Tom, we're snowbirds. We live in another state up in the Northeast, but we have a condo down here in Florida. Should I be using a ladybird deed? The answer is yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we can't help you with avoiding probate in your home state up north, but we can help you to avoid probate on your condo down here in Florida.
Absolutely. Let's take it a step further. We have many snowbirds from all other states. We also have many people that own homes here from other countries, from Canada and all around the world. And what does that mean? It means that what you just said, Tom, no, you need to take care of certain, obviously, the legal documents and appropriate things in your state or your country. However, any real estate here in Florida. So if you own that condo here in Florida or you own a home here in Florida and you are from another state or you're from another country, we can help you here. And we are able to, again, do the ladybird deed, and that is independent of, or in a good way, it's a complement to any documents that you are doing in your other state or your other country.
Here at the Olsen Law Group, we're all about helping people to avoid probate here in the state of Florida. We can help clients throughout the state of Florida. And when people say, hey, Tom, I own a home in Orlando, Florida, and I own a home up in North Carolina, well, guess, and by the way, people want to avoid probate because it's expensive and it takes a long time. So if you own a property in two states, say Florida and North Carolina, if you were to pass away, guess what? You're going to have to do probate in both states.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure that you want to avoid probate in both states. And as far as the Florida real estate is concerned, we would be using a ladybird deed. As far as avoiding probate in North Carolina, you'd have to talk to a North Carolina attorney about what tool they would use to avoid probate.
Correct. But also on that note, Tom, it really has been really wonderful for us too, that when we started doing ladybird deeds, there were only a few states in the country. Now, way more than half of the states in the country offer the ladybird deed or that type of concept. So, once again, as we were talking about more and more radio show listeners and others being educated, it is not just here in Florida, it's actually all around the country. So again, we're happy about that.
Yeah.
The more people that are more educated, more informed, and in using the tool, the better.
Yeah.